I'm Patrick Duffy. You're listening to the world's biggest Dallas fans, Jason and Alexis, on myTalk 107.1.
Oh, it's good to hear that theme. Welcome back, everybody, to Jason and Alexis in the Morning live on myTalk 107.1 and myTalk107.1.com. I'm Jace with Lex and April, but Lex isn't here. No, she's not here.
No.
She's on vacation. One of her 457 vacation days.
Yep.
So our good friend Aaron Schwab is filling in. That, of course, is the theme to Dallas. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to be talking to the one and only Baba Ewing himself, Patrick Duffy, about the online efforts across the globe to save Dallas. Because here's the deal. Dallas returned after like 20 years off of network television and premiered, ran 3 seasons, and then those rat bastards, those people at TNT canceled my show. And so now folks around the globe have signed petitions. They've created the Twitter hashtag Save Dallas. They are petitioning networks to pick it up, everything from WGN to our own Hubbard-owned Reels channel, to Lifetime, to the CW, to Les Moonves at CBS. So where are we with the Save Dallas campaign? And what does Patrick think about this? And what can we do as fans? We're going to talk to Patrick in just a few minutes. But I'm feeling a little pressure.
Why?
Because I'm very excited.
Yeah,
Because 2 of the biggest Dallas fan sites on the web, hundreds of thousands of people click onto these sites, Dallas Decoder and UltimateDallas.com, tweeted out our interview, tweeted out the link, publicized it. And so right now, as I'm looking at you, Aaron, and April, there are thousands of people from around the globe listening to us, sending us messages on the Twitters.
Yeah.
We have folks from Ontario, Canada listening, Israel, the UK, India. It's crazy. People want to know what Patrick knows about the renewal chances. Are we going to get a season 4?
Gosh, I hope so.
Damn it.
Damn it.
And, you know, no one, I mean, I don't, everyone in Minnesota knows I love Dallas more than most members of my family.
Yeah. We whispered it earlier, but now we're just saying it out. We're just going to speak it out proud.
I know every ounce of this show. I know every nuance. I know every character.
Yeah.
There's not a trivia question that you can answer, that you can ask me that I don't know. I love it. We're building actually a replica of South Fork. I'm not kidding. My husband and I are building South Fork. We're building a replica of South Fork next year here in Minnesota, and I'm not joking. It's going to be anyway.
Like that's where you're going to live, or just to like?
No, that's going to be our house, for heaven's sake.
Perfect.
I'm the biggest. There's no biggest. I mean, if you want to have a contest, I'm it. No one knows more about the damn show than I do.
Right.
And here we go. He is the man. He's played Bobby Ewing. If I could have coffee with any human being on earth, I would want to have coffee with him. Patrick Duffy joins us on the phone. Hello, buddy.
You're scaring me a little, Jason.
You say that now, Patrick. I've met you at the junket for the premiere. You've been on our show, and I got to say, every time I scare you every time, and that's fun. I don't care if I scare you.
No, I mean, it's scaring in a good way. People go to those movies on purpose, so, you know, I like it.
Exactly. Okay, I was just saying, Patrick, you didn't hear it, but we both should be feeling a lot of pressure because the Dallas fan sites publicized this interview, and I just got tweets from all around the globe. Everyone is listening, every Dallas fan. So let me just get to question 1. What do we know about the Save Dallas campaign? What do you know? Where does it stand?
Well, what I know, and the reason I'm out here this morning doing this, is that we have the most remarkable fan base that I've ever heard of. And you're right, it's global. It's not just local, it's global. And these people are the most phenomenal, proactive group of fans that I've ever heard of. There's a 700,000 signature petition that's out there. You know, all of this started not by the cast members, not by the production company, but literally a grassroots movement. And these people, quite honestly, have been around for years, even before the new Dallas. These are fans that have kept the idea of the show alive, and so alive that the network decided to resurrect Dallas 3 years ago. So this is a consistent group of people. And to a person, the cast members appreciate this fan base so much that, you know, we're happy to try and help them help us keep this show alive. If it doesn't happen,
let's not put that out in the universe, Patrick.
Our appreciation at all.
Let's not put that out in the universe. Let's not even.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like Beetlejuice. Let's not say it 3 times or it'll happen. Well, what have you? I know that some of the sites have been in contact with the executive producer Cynthia Cedre. What has she said to you? What does she know at this point? I know some doors have closed, but she said just last week some have remained open. What do we know? Right.
Well, we know what she told me yesterday, which is soldier on. In other words, don't give up. It's not a fait accompli that we're not coming back. What we know is the difficulty of the legal arrangements of a show like Dallas. It has such an international appeal that there are deals in place for distribution internationally. There is a Netflix deal because we've been, committed as a series on Netflix. So all of these things, if a network or a Cablevision or any of those people want or express interest in the show, it's not simply just moving over to that network and starting work. It's a legal Gordian knot. And I think that's what dissuades certain people, but it hasn't on a few others. And until every door is closed, I know Cynthia and Warner Brothers, the parent company that actually owns the show, is not about to give up. They will only give up when and if the show flatlines in terms of interest. That hasn't happened. But what I do know as well is what you know is the incredible passion and proactive nature of our fan base, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I was going to say there's even a campaign, Patrick, that people want to sell barbecue sauce in order to save the show, for heaven's sake.
I read that. I couldn't believe that. I had an image in my mind of truckloads of barbecue sauce appearing at different networks' doorsteps. It's amazing the inventiveness of all of this, and it does. And I'll say quite honestly, I personally think it has an effect. I think it probably has an effect on TNT to the extent that they didn't realize the full potential of what they had in their grasp, and they.
Do you think that, Pat? Do you really think that, Pat? Do you think that TNT is kind of like, wow? Do you think they're surprised by the reaction? Honestly.
Yes, I do, because I think, it was a business decision. I've been on both sides of that equation numerous times, and I know that when they made the decision to cancel it, it seemed in their view logical. But what the bottom line of our industry is, you can make a wonderful show. If nobody watches, it's a failure. And you can make a mediocre show, and if the entire world watches it, it all of a sudden is the best show ever produced. Mm-hmm. Dallas has a fan base that bridges all of those scenarios. We made a wonderful show, in my opinion, and we have a fan base that is ever expanding, not diminishing, but ever expanding. I think that's what caught them by surprise.
Well, I think it caught a lot. I think it caught a lot of. Yeah, I think it caught a lot of executives by surprise. I will tell you, Patrick, that our radio station is owned by Hubbard Broadcasting, who owns Reels, as you probably know. And I, on this show, because the entire state of Minnesota is basically sick of me talking about Dallas because it's all I do. And I wrote Mr. Hubbard an email, and I said, "What do you know about this? Whatever I can do, I'll tell you about the show." And he's a man of his word. He went out, he put his head of programming to talk to Warner Brothers, and he really did want to save it. But for him and Reels, as you said, the finances just didn't work out. But I'm bringing this up because he was in awe. I mean, he did mention the campaign, and he was quite surprised and impressed by the campaign of the fans.
Right. Well, that thing that you mentioned about the barbecue sauce, that letter, which I also read, referenced the peanut campaign that they did for a show, and sent literally a couple of tons of peanuts to, I forget which network it was, but they resurrected a show that had been canceled, and it got, I think, another season or some more episodes. So I think that, when you're in an office and you're just looking at numbers on a ledger sheet, it means one thing. When a truck backs up and dumps 100 tons of peanuts on your front porch, you start to look at it slightly differently.
We only have a minute or two, and I want to get, because I love my fellow Dallas fans, and I got tweets all night long about questions people wanted me to ask you. So I'm going to try to squeeze in 1 minute 2 quick questions. Sure. What are you hearing from the cast? How is the cast all behind this Save Dallas effort? And number 2, very directly, what can we all do as fans to help save the show? Those 2 questions, if you would.
Okay, the first question is, yes, to a person, every cast member is amazed, grateful, and proactive in terms of encouraging the fan base. Keep going is the basic mantra. Don't give up is the basic mantra. And I think that leads into the answer to the second question. We don't know as cast members the potential of what's out there. What the bottom line is numbers. And the more people we can reach out to, the fan base expanding, just the Twitter base expanding has an effect, has a verifiable effect. Maybe not on TNT because that door is closed, but certainly on potential open doors. So until we as a cast and Cynthia Sidra says, stop, it's a dead issue, we should keep going forward. And as a cast, we encourage every one of our followers to do that.
Do that. Patrick, I always appreciate your time, all kidding aside. You're a true gentleman. You treat all the fans with so much respect, and you give us your time, and we greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Jason. And all kidding aside, I'm not afraid of you.
Okay. So good. When I open my South Fork up here, you'll come and I'll make you a chicken. I'll make you dinner, Patrick.
I'm there.
Thank you, buddy. The great Patrick Duffy. Thank you, buddy. That's what a joy. I always get very excited.
That was really fun.
He's a good guy.
That's the least I've ever spoken in my whole life.
Yeah, he's such a good man. And to all of you Dallas fans listening, thank you for listening. I hope I got all your questions in. I love you. I'll do whatever I can to help support the effort. And right now, all of you listening, you my talkers, tweet right now. Say